So in my island update for this week, I have news of an internet outage which will mildly affect travel today, but it's a very, very important message if you're due to come over here on holiday, whether it's the rest of this year or for next year too. I also have news as well of how drones have disrupted flights over at Palma Airport. It's a new one, and also it's very important as well if you're hoping to bring your drone on holiday with you too. Plus I've got a roundup as well of what you need to know if you're coming over for half term, as well as the cruise news and the all-important weather forecast for the week ahead. But don't panic is the first thing I'm going to say. Looking behind me today, you can see I've come down here to the very beautiful Ilietes. I'm over here on Cala Comtessa, and we do have a little bit of a grey and gloomy day, but we will be hopefully finishing the summer season on a high weather-wise for 2025, because we do have sunshine ahead. But keep on watching on into this video to find out more. But we're going to start this video by talking about the internet outage that we've seen affecting some major apps today worldwide, and how this is a reminder for you to bring cash if you're coming over here, or if you're going anywhere on holiday. So this digital dependence that we have on our lives, well, when this fails, you can see the effects of this. And well, we've seen it today, because looking at the news this morning, we've seen that this internet outage has affected anybody with bank accounts with Lloyds Bank, Halifax and the Bank of Scotland. And I'm guessing this is going to be really UK travellers. You may well have problems paying for things today if you're over here on holiday, or indeed if you're heading to the airport. Now, this appears to be a problem with Amazon Web Services, or AWS. We're not just talking about Amazon as in Amazon shopping, we're talking about the whole range of services, which includes tech services, which allows companies to connect to its servers. It's also too soon to say whether it has been a cyber attack, but we're at a point now where the world cannot function without technology, and we're so reliant upon it. I saw over in Barcelona Airport on Friday what happens when the security services completely break down. I'm talking about the security scanners. It involved everybody just standing there waiting in the queue, and somebody pressing the reboot button several times before anyone could then pass through and head on to the gates to catch their flights. I mean, when something like this happens, it can have a huge impact on flights. And in fact as well, even today we've seen this happening over at Stansted Airport. I saw this being reported upon on social media today, and they had quite significant delays with security due to an IT failure. So let me know if you were caught up in that. I've seen as well that it's taken an hour for passengers to get through airport security, or what really should only take 5 minutes at best. And if you've been watching my videos coming through Bristol Airport, you've seen it's taken around 4 to 5 minutes to get through with these brand new security scanners speeding up the process. This is what happens when internet services do go down. We do get problems, and it does have a knock-on effect on travel. I've also seen this outage today affect gov.uk, the UK government, and that's affecting those applying for new passports, renewing their passports, or also applying for travel visas as well. So yeah, it has been a little bit disruptive to say the least, but I think it's all sorted now, because there's an app that I use. I use the Canva design app, and I use it to design my thumbnails for YouTube. That was down this morning, so fingers crossed that's going to continue working today. But if you are still to come over on a holiday, I do maintain the same advice I've been giving to absolutely everybody throughout the season. If you're travelling to the airport, try and get there a little bit earlier. Make sure you have cash with you. Take cash on holiday, as well as your credit card or your debit card. Make sure you have at least 200 to 250 euros in cash, however that converts in your currency. Also make sure you have a mobile phone power bank. Make sure you bring food as well, and you've got something to entertain yourself at the airport too, just in case there are delays. Also as well, if you are bringing some cash over with you, do not take it all out with you at once. Leave some hidden away in your case in your hotel room, or locked away in your safe. Don't take it all out and about in the resorts, which does lead me onto just kind of like a half-term roundup, a little bit of a warning if you are coming out, because petty theft is still taking place, and I don't like reporting upon it, but I did see a post on social media today saying, I have a devastated 12-year-old. My friend has had her purse and my daughter's phone stolen from her handbag, and there was about 90 euros in the purse. We left Castaways and walked back to the castle Casa Bonas Hotel. This is down in Palma Nova. So it's been done somewhere between there, and it was the last day of our holidays too. Do not underestimate, this petty theft is taking place. I've seen a few posts about it taking place down in Palma Nova. We do have police patrols, but they have proved to be completely ineffective in terms of deterring pickpocketers and petty theft from taking place. So watch out for your stuff if you're out and about. Do not take all your cash, all your cards, and don't take your passports out with you too. So that's just a very quick reminder. Also as well, I saw a report as well of a holidaymaker leaving his MacBook Pro and his mobile phone and his iPad as well in a hire car, and then going out and seeing a site or doing something else, but leaving his valuables locked up in the car. Also, do not do that. If you are returning a hire car to the airport, go straight to the airport. Don't stop off at any landmark or site or go shopping and leave your valuables in the car unless you're taking them all with you. Please don't do it, because like I said, there is still a little bit of petty crime out and about around the island, and that's probably before these guys move on to the winter sun destination. So just look out for that. So what else do I have for you today? Well, we're also talking drones. Now, last night a drone was spotted flying at Palma Airport, and we're talking about within the airport perimeter. This caused flights, departures and arrivals to be temporarily stopped, I think for about a period of about half an hour. There were planes circling around the islands before they were then allowed to land. The runway area as well neighbours the area of Campastia and the Playa de Palma, which are major holiday areas, and I really hope it wasn't some holiday makers putting their drones in the air and seeing if they could get a great view of the runway or planes taking off or landing that caused that. We're not quite sure who was behind this, but it did cause some disruption over at the airport. If you are coming over here to Mallorca, whether it's this year or next year, please be very careful bringing drones, because well, the same laws that you may have in, say, the UK don't exist over here. You do need to have a license to fly a drone over here, and also if your drone is over 250 grams as well, you may well also have to register it too with the local authorities. So there are rules around flying drones. You can't fly drones within an airport perimeter. You can't fly them in a military area as well, which is why you can't fly them down off the Pine Walk in Puerto Poyensa, for example. You also can't fly them over properties either, or on public beaches. So, I mean, it's very, very hard to fly a drone here. It doesn't break some kind of law. You can't fly them in Palma City either. And in fact, there is a map on the NIRA website as well, which I'm just going to show here, of where you cannot fly drones and where there are restrictions. Now, I've heard drones buzzing all over the island all summer. People do bring them out on holiday, but I would advise against this. I have been stopped in the past by the Guardia Civil who have seen drones out flying, and they asked me to show them the contents of my bag to make sure it wasn't actually me flying a drone. It wasn't. I can't actually fly one, but you will pick up a nasty fine if you do not have a license. So just be warned. And I thought I'd just put that warning out as well. And in particular as well, please do not fly drones anywhere near the airport, otherwise you could bring flight traffic to a standstill. Okay, and finally, just a very quick end of season roundup for this week as well. Families coming over here on holiday for half term, do not worry, everything's still open. We are still in summer mode over here. All attractions are open until at least the 31st of October. We do find some attractions like Palma Aquarium open throughout the winter months, and I'll probably make another video about that for winter as well if anyone's coming over here out of season. Subscribe to the channel if you haven't done so already. However, we are seeing now the slow close down of the resorts in these final couple of weeks of the season. Mallorca is not a year-round destination, and for that reason we're going to see some of the bigger restaurants closing a little bit earlier. We're going to see ice cream shops running down their stock as well, and you're going to see as well menus in some restaurants maybe slightly reduced as well, just so they don't have to restock. If you go back and look at my Can Pick of Four video, I did speak to William over in William's pub, and he said he wasn't even sure when he was going to shut. It kind of depended on when that final keg of beer would run out, and obviously not having to open another one as well so close to the end of the season. So you may well come over and find that your favourite bar or restaurant has closed down just because of the time of year and just because they're running up to the end of the season too. However, there will still be plenty open, and well, we do have many restaurants, we do have many bars which are open year round too, so you don't need to worry too much. And also, as well as the resorts getting a little bit quieter, the hotels are also getting a little bit quieter too, particularly hotels without kids in them. Now, I noticed this over in Cala Bonny yesterday. I did nip into the Levante Hotel just to use their loo, but I did see that there are very few people in there, and I did see quite a few solo travellers just sitting on their own, you know, with a cup of tea, and it did look quite lonely, and I don't like it. I don't like it. If you are coming over here and you're a solo traveller, maybe go and connect with some of your other fellow holiday makers, or if you see somebody sitting by themselves as well. I saw somebody sitting on their own in the restaurant. If I wasn't busy, I probably would have gone and sat with them. So please, you know, if you are over here on holiday, having connection with others on holiday is one of the best things that you can do, and it can really make your holiday too. We got chatting to some people in Barcelona when we were having lunch, and it was absolutely fascinating to hear about their lives, where they came from as well. I'm one of these people that can literally chat to anyone, anywhere, much to my daughter's embarrassment, but this could make your holiday. So if you do see somebody sitting on their own on the run up to the end of the season, maybe go and sit with them and go and have a cup of tea or a cocktail. Okay, finally, my final alert as well for the run up to the end of the holiday season is about mosquitoes. Now, I have seen some posts on social media from holiday makers complaining that some hotels, particularly up in Alcudia, have bed bugs. Now, I do suspect that it's not the case, and it is because the mosquitoes are currently rife at the moment. We have had a little bit of rain. We've also got very warm weather at the moment. We've got highs of 24 degrees Celsius. The only reason I'm not in my shorts today is because I'm heading on into Palma for lunch in just a second. But because we do have a lot of mosquitoes around, people are getting bitten. So if you're coming over with the family, if you're coming over with kids, bring protection, bring treatment. Don't forget the hot spoon method as well, which I've talked about in the past. Applying a hot spoon from a boiled kettle. Please take care. If doing this as well, it really helps get rid of the sting. And also, if you're coming over with the baby as well, make sure you bring a mosquito net as well for your baby's cot. Also as well, do not leave your windows open at night. Keep those windows closed, and also keep your arms and your legs covered as well, particularly if you're going out at dusk. Okay, so finally, how busy is the island? Well, how busy is Palma going to be this week? Well, I can already tell you that today, on this cloudy day that we have on the island, Palma is going to be packed. I've heard reports of queues at bus stops, with holidaymakers all pouring into Palma, hoping to go sightseeing for the day. So that is a warning. If we do have any other cloudy days, Palma city centre is going to be extra packed at this time of year. Tourism numbers as well are going to be also drastically increased this week. We are expecting a total of 46,000 cruise ship passengers arriving into Palma Port. The busiest day is expected to be, quite unusually, a Wednesday this week, with 10,000 or almost 11,000 cruise ship passengers arriving on the Ida Luna and the Costa Diadema and the Costa Toscana as well. Cruise ships, the quietest day will be Tuesday. Should be a little less busy. Tomorrow we have 1,800 cruise ship passengers arriving in on the Marella Discovery. But I do have good news regarding the weather for the final 2 weeks of the summer season. Tomorrow the sunshine will be back. It will be back with us and is expected to stay for the rest of the week. We are going to be having highs of 27 degrees Celsius, which is absolutely incredible for this time of year. However, we will be getting lows of 12 degrees Celsius. If you are packing to come over here on holiday, make sure you bring a coat for the evenings, make sure you bring a few jumpers, bring a hoodie for the beach, bring some long trousers as well as a sprinkling of summer gear too, because you're going to need it with those highs of 27 degrees Celsius. But I do see a little bit of change coming through the islands at the weekend. We do have some rain or a few showers forecast on Sunday. With this, it's going to bring a temperature drop as well, but I will be back here next Monday to let you know what the weather is going to be like for the final week of the summer season, and also what we have lined up on the islands as well for Halloween too, because of course the end of the summer season does fall on Halloween, and well, hopefully I'll have an update about that if you're coming over with the kids then. Okay everyone, look out for my videos coming out on the channel as we roll on through the week, particularly if you're planning your Mallorca holiday for next year. Also, check the channel this week. I'm going to have a few videos coming out from around the islands which will help you out for your holiday if you're planning for next year, and also to see what the resorts are like this time of year too. In the meantime, you can find me on the Facebook group and on my Instagram, also called Mallorca Under the Sun, and I'm also going to drop a couple of videos appearing both here and here on YouTube to keep you up to date with what's going on in the world of travel. Okay everyone, thanks for watching, and I look forward to seeing you on the next video. Goodbye for now.